All right, friends, JasonBlaha has kindly made another video for us to react to. Yes, man, it's T, and I'm going to react to the gym lifting, recruiting, fitness gym slave himself, gear slave, JasonBlaha. Let's see what Blaha has to say. Blaha says, vegan and carnivore diets are both absurd. Here we go again. Wow.
Vegan and carnivore diets are both equally absurd. Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys and gals a little bit about this today. And again, I'm coming from just a place of...
There's no such thing as diet. In the animal kingdom, you're either herbivore or carnivore. And as far as vegan, that's somebody's acting. They're trying to act like a herbivore. They're not a herbivore. See what I mean? That's the only difference.
Common sense, understanding the human body, understanding nutrition, and understanding what the healthiest, fittest people...
And listen, I can understand it's not any of your fault. You've all been growing up on the slave food diet. You've been growing up on a diet which is not meant for you as a carnivore. And that's the reason why we're all suffering from all kinds of mental, physical problems in this world. We have so many issues. It's incredible. It never ends, man. It goes on forever and ever. And how people suffer, it's all different. People are suffering, but it's all different out there, how they suffer.
Earth, what the best athletes have always done. And when you really look at both of these ideas, objectively, they both need to be rejected outright in terms of being what's optimal for health and fitness and athleticism. I'm not saying there can't be ethical considerations for...
What is optimal for fitness and health? I don't know anything about fitness, being fit. That has nothing to do with it. What is optimal for health? Your natural food as a carnivore. Animal products. Meat. Look how skinny Blaha is here. Look at those little arms he has. Those little forearms. No chest. That blocky waist.
But when your considerations extend beyond ethics, right, anything beyond your morality, and they come over into the other areas, these diets are both problematic. They are
oh, are they, Blaha?
Optimal, in many ways. All right.
Okay.
And we need to be aware of that. We have to quit pushing.
I like how he said, in many ways. Yes, in many ways. Many.
These ideologies like this into health and fitness. And again, let me be clear. Can't follow a variety of macronutrients, okay? I'm not saying people cannot thrive on very low carbohydrate diets. I'm saying they cannot thrive without plants and vegetables. Okay, that's the problem with the carnivore side. And the other side...
That's the problem with the carnivore side. There's no problem. There's no deficiency in any nutrients. What part did you not listen to? Blaze V made a video about you, that the biochemist kid. Man, even he made a video on you, debunking you, or I don't know if you could call that debunking. He just simply explained that you're wrong. That's all. Okay.
Equally with the veganism. Again, there
are you getting smaller there, Blaha? You look like you're getting smaller.
Things that we benefit from, that we not only health-wise benefit from the animal stuff. Some of it gives you such an enormous advantage, especially when it comes to...
Like, at this point, you think, what is the purpose of what he's doing here? I mean, he just completely has practically faded away. And it just, I gotta lift more. I gotta keep going with it. Keep going to do what exactly? Nothing is changing anymore. Blaha, you are not changing. You are not changing. There's nothing going on there. The only way to change, and I'm going to tell you guys this, okay? I'm going to repeat this again. Science tells you that. I already proved it, videos. I brought a bunch of stuff. The only way that you can change your physical look, and my physical look changes. If you notice in my videos, my old videos, new videos, my body changes drastically. It never looks the same in the majority of videos throughout the last couple of years that I had made, showing myself. My body had changed a lot in between because I was doing different things. I did videos on my old channel about sarcoplasmic. So I did a video on that, getting sarcoplasmic muscle. You look massive like a huge bodybuilder. Then I did just myofibrillar growth. So things like that. But myofibrillar growth is associated with ultra structural muscle injuries. You understand, man? Architectural changes happen in your body when you get an adaptation. But if you tapped out, there's no more you're not shooting for adaptations. You're just an endurance lifter here, like Blaha in the garage. There's no adaptation, so there's no ultra structural whatever changes in his body. There's no architectural changes. There's nothing going on there. Yeah, it's like a guy making $10 an hour minimum wage. Hello? You're not making any more. There's nothing going on there.
Things like body composition, that it absolutely matters. And it matters because the bulk of the data shows us that gaining muscle and maximizing muscle mass and minimizing body fat absolutely improves health in and of itself, right? There are health benefits.
Well, there are health benefits if you stop eating a slave food diet so that your body could go back to homeostasis. Yeah, definitely. It will go back to homeostasis. All your metabolic diseases, skin diseases, your rotting teeth, your hair, and all these kind of weird things, your hair falling out, nails, whatever, the low hormones, sex drive, and all that. If you stop eating like a herbivore mixed in with your natural carnivore diet as a carnivore, then yes, you will go back to homeostasis. It's automatic. You will, how should I put it, undomesticate yourself. You are a domesticated animal eating an artificial diet. It's kind of obvious, man. Look in the mirror. Look at yourself. Take a good look at yourself in the mirror. You understand me? And then take a good look at yourself when you're lifting in whatever, the gym, garage, wherever you are, you people out there. Look at yourself. Take a very good look. So I got blinked out there for a second. So like I said, take a very good look. Yeah, man, take a good look. You'll figure it out.
Gaining muscle. There are health benefits to gaining muscle, and it's relatively open-ended.
There are health benefits to gaining muscle. There are health benefits to stop eating a fake, toxic, poisonous, artificial, fake diet that doesn't belong in your mouth. Yeah, man. There are plenty of health benefits to be happening there for you, yes. There are no health benefits in exercise at all. If anything, it's the opposite. It just stresses you, so it ages you. It's bad for you. And labor work is bad for you. Nobody likes labor work. Everybody wants to make money and nobody wants to work out there. Well, as far as I know, the intelligent people that are out there, there's some people that really, they're just a little bit gone. They just want to be a slave the rest of their life. I personally do not want to be a slave, but I'm just telling you, I've been a slave, but I don't want to be a slave. There's lots of people that have been slaves and they don't want to be a slave either. They want to make money. Get it? That's the whole point. Yeah. You don't want to slave yourself to gyms at all whatsoever. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's great for extracurricular activity. But if you do it like Blaha to that extent, that is a little bit too much. That's taking it. It's too much, man.
So let's just.
But as far as longevity, gaining more muscle cells will definitely help you. Yeah, live longer, because there's something called senescent cells, man. They're building up in your body and they stop replicating. Okay, they have a particular number where they can't replicate anymore. So the reason why you want to cause relative amount of muscle damage is so that your body can create more of these muscle cells, and then they have a chance to replicate either 60 or 70 times before they become senescent. So you can repeat these so-called regenerative bouts of exercise. Listen to the word, regenerative. We want to regenerate more muscle cells in our body. Why? Because and some bone cells. So we live longer. And if you want to stay younger and not deteriorate, eat your natural diet as a carnivore. Get it? So those things hand in hand. Remember, health equates longevity. If you're not healthy, you can't live long. And you can't live young either. You can't be young if you're unhealthy. You'll look old like Blaha. Yeah, Blaha is just aging himself. This is not healthy. This is not healthy, aging yourself 85 years. That's crazy.
Discuss both of those because obviously the vegan one feels like in some ways it's less obvious. Like you can't even be drawn towards the carnivore diet unless you're essentially insane, right? It is not a diet for.
Listen to what he said. You can't be drawn towards the carnivore diet as a human carnivore because that's what humans are. Because it's insane. So it's insane for carnivores not to be drawn towards their natural diet as carnivores. Are you listening to your fucking self, man? Like, are you fucking serious? Like, give me fucking break, man. Like, you have to really be out to lunch. You know that we don't graze on grass, Blaha. Do you understand me? You have some serious mental issues. You need to go see somebody.
Anyone remotely
You need to seek help. You're a sick man.
logical, rational.
You are a sick man in a garage pretending you're getting clients, and I don't know, you're taking drugs, injecting and lifting these weights. You're a lifting slave. This is the verge of insanity.
It is itself a mental illness. So let's talk.
Listen to him. It is itself a mental illness to be eating your natural diet as a carnivore meat. So dogs are mentally ill, lions, I don't know, boars, what else out there? Fucking, I don't know, man. What other animals out there? There's so many out there. There's so many out there that are carnivores, okay? I can't run them off right now, all of them. They're all these cats and things, whatever. They're all carnivore animals. Wolves, you name it, dogs, whatever. Fucking dinosaurs, T-Rex, whatever. Carnivore animals, bro. But Blaha wants to make you think that you as a carnivore is a mental illness. It's a mental illness for you to be a carnivore. Give me a break.
About the vegan one, because at least we can make an appeal to ethics, right? We can make
vegan. There's no such thing as vegan. It's a made-up word by humans. It's made-up bullshit.
an appeal to ethics with it, and again, I can appreciate that. I can disagree with those ethics.
Yeah, it's ethics. It's ethics. It's not based on something normal. It's ethics. So it's mental illness.
But I can at least respect the fact, right? We
How
can
the hell could you respect something fake, Blaha? What's the matter with you?
respect that fact, okay?
Whatever.
That if it for them is about animal rights and animal welfare, whether it's whether it's correct or not, it's irrelevant. It's still well-meaning and it's intended to be ethical and moral. All right.
What does that have to do with eating animals as carnivores? What does that have to do with anything?
I can't hate that part of it and to say, hey, they have a right to that. A person has a right to their personal ethics. Absolutely. So.
Yeah, they do, but guess what? They have to eat. They have to eat. And carnivore diets, that's why there's the carnivore compilation out there. Their experiences teach you that it doesn't work. In carnivores, you can't turn a carnivore into a herbivore. Blaha.
Problem is again the body composition and nutritional deficiencies. It's essentially a diet that without supplementation.
Yeah, deficiencies, supplementation, that diet vegan. And guess what's not deficient in any nutrients? Meat is not deficient. You can live on it forever. Yes.
Is not going to work. It is not going to work. It is nearly impossible to have perfect health on a vegan diet without supplementation because it's deficient in too many things. Now their argument would be, yeah, but we can supplement those things. True, but then we're over to your diet's not really optimal without adding a bunch of synthetic supplements back in, right? I'm not even talking about just protein at this point. So we're talking.
Yeah, they have to take artificial synthetic supplements which don't exist in nature. What do you think that's doing to these people? And their food is heavily sprayed. Glyphosates, I don't know, herbicides, fungicides, pesticides. And they have their own pesticides in the plants alone poisoning the people. Come on, Blaha.
Talking about things like B12, okay?
They're always on this one thing. Oh, these things like B12. Yeah, that's one. What about the other 15 nutrients that it doesn't have? And science is already discovering meat has even more nutrients that they didn't even know about.
We're talking about various fatty acids, right? Even getting appropriate amounts of omega-3s. It's actually difficult. It's actually difficult. Not saying impossible, but it's difficult. But you definitely are going to start running into a variety of nutritional deficiencies if you're not extremely careful with supplementation, with food choices. It creates a lot of extra work.
Yeah, it does.
And that,
If you are looking for a video downloader that lets you,
it creates a lot of extra work.
Yeah.
And that alone, given the difficulty of pursuing a healthy diet and body composition today, is already hard enough without adding that extreme complexity. Okay. Furthermore, when it becomes,
I like how he says adding that extreme complexity. Yeah.
an ideology instead of saying and addressing that, and many are not willing to do that, this is a problem. Okay, when it becomes the foods are bad because they're animal products, well, that's not true. There are plenty of absurdly healthy foods that are animal products that are linked to all sorts of health benefits. Okay, and positive.
What are you talking about? They're all linked to health benefits. It's when you eat outside of your it's when you exude this behavior and you start eating like grazing on grass, eating like cows, what you're not supposed to. Like a man. That's when the problem therein lies the problem. So what did you think, Blaha?
Health outcomes. So this idea that all disease is coming from animal products.
There's no diseases coming from animal products unless those animals were fed, again, food that is not meant for them to eat. You understand me? And they eat it, and then they get dysbiosis. That dysbiosis is passed on to you. Plus, their muscles get marbled. Your muscles will get marbled too. They will get marbled. Trust me.
It's absolutely ludicrous, especially when given that refined sugars play such an enormous and massive role in poor health, documented in the literature.
See, what I found out was there's a lot of chemicals in the food that they put now. These chemicals, they're just everywhere. And the food that you're eating is extremely toxic, so that wears out the myelin on the nerve. Your nerves are protected by a myelin sheet. When that myelin sheet wears down, man, you're gonna be in pain. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. It is fucking, I don't know. It's like you having migraines or a pounding headache, extremely bad migraines that just won't go away to the point where it starts paining you like crazy, like your head's going to explode or something.
About also cardiovascular risk, yet coconut oil will still be consumed. Coconut oil is absolutely linked.
Coconut oil is extremely bad for you. It's like saturated oil. It's just as bad.
To elevated LDLs, elevated to all sorts of problems. They're animal saturated fats.
Yeah, it'll create bad cholesterol in your body. Yeah.
Some forms that don't even produce that, like milk, right? Butter does, but whole milk, for example.
I don't know anything about butter creating that, Blaha. I don't know what you're talking about, but whatever.
Example is completely neutral in terms of that. But a bunch of vegan products are not. Coconut oil, even refined sugars, impact your whole lipid profile. Okay, this stuff is garbage. These are enormous contributors. Heavily refined vegetable oils. These are all vegan. These are all plant-based. They are enormous contributors to poor health. And at least the carnivore people get that part right, while not admitting they probably shouldn't be eating the refined animal products they eat, like tons of bacon and butter, which we know are also linked.
Well, I don't think that humans should eat non-ruminant animals, that for sure, and eat any animals that are not eating their natural diet, like cows. They're supposed to eat grass. Anything they eat besides that will cause you dysbiosis, be passed on to you. That's the problem. But like I said, animals, they don't create disease in your body. What's creating, really, if they're eating their natural diet, what's creating the disease is your behavior eating an artificial diet. Yeah, synthetic, artificial, fake diet, which doesn't belong in the human body. And you're gonna start, as the older you get, you notice more of these bad things start popping up. Like, you're like, why is this happening? Or what's this? Or what's that? Because you can't stop eating the slave food diet.
To terrible health and blood work and health outcomes. Because again,
here's the thing, people, you are no longer slaves. You are not a slave. You are a free person. You are free to get rich, to make money. You are free in this world, really, to do the things that you want. And you're more free when you accumulate wealth. You're absolutely going to have a lot of freedom when you accumulate wealth. That's for damn sure. You'll be free because you're free to do whatever you want. See what I mean? Because you have something to make people, to command the slaves around you to serve you. The more wealth and power, how should I put this? The more power that you accumulate, the more you shall command the slaves around you, and you'll have more freedom. That's how it works. People they have more freedom, providing that the slaves do what they say. You command them with money. You don't tell them what to do. You just simply they simply jump at you. They just will do it for you automatically. You just throw money at them, and the slaves will all, they'll all bend the knee. They'll do anything for that money to help you, whatever. So that's how it kind of works in this world, right? You know what I mean?
People are getting caught up in their dogma instead of saying, hey, what's healthy? It's, no, my ideology determines what's healthy. Well, that's a problem.
No, what is healthy is meat. Meat. To fucking carnivores, Blaha.
Because plenty of vegans are fat and unhealthy and get cancer and heart disease and all these things, but lots of them do. Now, to their advantage.
Because they're eating an artificial diet, which fucking, man, carnivores don't eat that food. They're not supposed to. When you break the laws of nature, that's what happens, Blaha. You get all these diseases. It's kind of obvious. You know this already. It's not something I have to keep repeating in the video, but whatever.
Do they focus on fiber? Do they oftentimes get plenty of vegetables, plenty of antioxidants, and they don't go the junk food route? Absolutely. So that is a pro in their favor. Okay, absolutely. Most people should be eating more plants and vegetables.
Should they?
They should be eating more fiber. Absolutely.
But why should they be eating more plants and more fiber? You just said that these people were suffering from diseases, all kinds of stuff, these vegan people, and that it's bad and all this kind of stuff. And then you're like urging people, you should eat more plants. You should eat more of these plants and vegetables and things, everything. Why? I thought you said they're bad for you and they cause you disease, heart disease, metabolic diseases, and then you die and whatever. You just said that yourself right now, these vegan people. So how could that be healthy if they're riddled with diseases and they're dying, and you're telling us we should eat more of these things? What?
They get that part right. It's just the extreme end of the animal products are the problem when realistically just...
But the extreme end of the animal products are the problem, but you just said that in the beginning of your video, animal products are great for you.
Many, if not more, of our health problems come from the refined plant foods, and it's not all animal products. It's definitely not any of your later.
Yeah, it's not animal products, it's the plant food. So why do you want us to eat more of them?
Meats. It's definitely not milk.
Yes, it's definitely not milk, but it's definitely, yes, it is. If it's not raw milk, if it's unnatural milk, then yes, definitely milk can cause you a problem because it's been pasteurized, it's been processed, and anything processed can do something to you.
These things are absolutely not the health problems, and the research shows that. Very, very.
They are absolutely the health problem. Anything that you process is a health problem. Anything that you do something unnatural to something natural, you change its state and make it unnatural in an unnatural state, then it can cause you health problems. Yes. Yes, Blaha.
Clearly. All right. And so again, nutritional deficiencies, difficulty gaining muscle, difficulty with amino acid deficiency. And some of the newest studies have confirmed this, that when someone who's an experienced lifter goes over to a vegan diet, even a well-structured one, in that last study, they all lost muscle, all of them. It requires a lot of care there. Therefore, it's not optimal by any stretch of the imagination. And it's therefore ludicrous to implement it for any purpose at all other than your ethical considerations. Because for everything else, it is a potential negative. It's more difficult. The carnivore, where do we even start? Where do we even start? It's insane.
But he never gives you any examples. Why is it insane? What makes eating meat as carnivores, us as carnivores, eating our natural diet, what makes it insane? What makes it insane?
by any stretch of the imagination. The data for fiber, the data for antioxidants, the data for vegetables and fruits and things.
The data? I don't need data. I have something called instincts to survive. You understand me? And my instincts tell me carnivore. That's what it told me. I tried the fruits and vegetables. I was never really into them, but I tried them over COVID. They destroyed me, and my instincts drove me right back to start eating meat again. And that's all I've been doing. And I've gotten so much better. I mean, wow, man, I'm just so good, man.
And legumes and all these things towards our health is overwhelming. It's overwhelming. And in fact,
I don't want to eat slave food, dude. It's marketing. Blaha's helping marketing poisonous food to you.
Who's healthy on a ketogenic diet tends to eat lots and lots of these things. They always do every time, who have great blood work. And in fact,
ketogenic diet, okay.
The carnivore pushes the same nonsense. Oh, if it's animal, it's good, to where they'll eat foods that are harmful.
The carnivore pushes the same nonsense. If it's carnivore, it's good. Well, yeah, if it's ruminant animals, it's very good. Yes, it's very good for you. Yeah, ruminant animals eating their natural diet out in their natural food out in nature. Yes.
Your health, proven in the lab. Butter, harmful to your health in the lab. We know this.
No, butter's not harmful. It's an animal product. It's just churn milk. It's just milk fat.
They'll eat honey sometimes because it's an animal product, therefore it's good. Again, complete insanity. Complete insanity. All of this.
Wow, Blaha, it really sounds insane, doesn't he? He's crazy. That's why he's suffering. Look at him. He's so domesticated. This poor man throwing his legs up and down, every day lifting in the gym here, gym lifting slave.
This is nonsense. And these are ideas that are coming.
You think that Blaha was being punished? It's like he's being punished to be a lifting slave in hell. This is his hell, the garage, and these machines, they're tied to him, this hell. He has to live in this hell perpetually, forever and ever and ever, online, on virtual reality, YouTube, and lifting these weights in the garage to entertain people.
From a place of mental illness, of making your...
Talking about crazy shit and mental illness. This is mental illness. What he's doing is mental illness. I mean, come on, it's kind of obvious. Listen, guys. Look, I'm not against lifting or any of these things, but you have to admit this is mental illness. Like, in a way, it's kind of like mental illness. The normal, natural people out in the world, when they see you do this, they're looking at you and they will say that they think that's mental illness. It's just like when you see people, they're like a different kind of sex. They say, well, I'm a transgender. In the back of your mind, you're saying that's mental illness. Well, it is a mental illness, but what's causing it? Well, the cause of it, the root cause of it is the artificial fake diets that they're eating. As carnivores, they're not supposed to be eating that, and that's the cause of it. That it happens to every animal. That when the moment animals eat something that's not natural to them, because some animals are opportunistic. They're opportunistic. They can eat that. Even a herbivore can eat meat. But if he eats meat or eats an animal, he'll have problems. He'll have some serious health problems when he eats that, because that's not natural to him to eat an animal. See what I mean? And even lions know not to eat other carnivore animals. They'll kill them because they're competition, but they won't eat them because they know they're filled with like fucking bacteria and fucking parasites and shit and all that. So yeah, they're not stupid.
Diet, an entire ideology, instead of being a rational thinking human being.
Yes, Blaha's rational. Yes, Blaha's a very rational. There it is. Oh. He's the most rational human being, Blaha. Anyways, that video ended. I'll see you in the next one. Tell what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. See you in the next video. Ciao, friends. Blaha's ridiculous, man. He's suffering from mental illness.